Success. Media. Network. 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 Network.
This is your show.
Good day, Successors. I'm Antonio Holman, and welcome to the 4 Principles of Success number 9, where I chat with successful people and entrepreneurs about how they enhance their businesses and lives in the areas of knowledge, health, wealth, and spirituality. Today, we're talking to Ashli Avalon. Ashli is located in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and is the owner and operator of Enda Consulting, LLC, a rapidly growing digital media marketing company, and is the author of the book, A Blonde's Guide to Be a Better Marketer for Authors Only. In 2017, her company has expanded from social media marketing management to including websites, SEO, copywriting, blogging, and virtual assistant services. Ashli will work with any business, but her passion is helping startups stand out. Her philosophy is, she is only successful if you are, and she stands by that. Ashli's innovative marketing ideas help her clients get noticed and produce their desired results. Ashli, are you ready to help our listeners prepare for success?
Absolutely, Antonio. I can't wait to help your listeners.
Excellent. Okay. Now, that intro was beautiful, but we have no idea about your personal life. How about you give us a little glimpse into that?
Well, I have been married to my husband for 8 years. We have 3 beautiful children. I call them my 3 little bees. I have Bryson, Braxton, and Brevin, who we affectionately call Bob. I recently ran a half marathon, and if you knew me, you would know that is totally uncharacteristic of my personality. I am very much the cheer for people, not the participant. So that has been my newest thing, is trying to get out there and get active.
For those who may not know, tell us more about your company, Enda Consulting, and what you do there.
I am the owner, and I do all the social media management. I also help people figure out marketing strategies for their business. I really try to take a business and see what they're doing. So I audit them and see, what's working, what their ROI is on, social media. Is their website converting? Do they have print ads somewhere? I really look at everything, not just the digital aspect of it, to kind of get a game plan together. And really then I go back and I see, how does their typical client think? So that's where my specialty as a target marketing strategist comes in, and I really work to create a marketing strategy that fits recruiting their target client to their business. So that's what I do. I have a team now of more than just me. So we all kind of work hand in hand together. I really like helping small businesses grow, because I think that's really important. I feel like everyone is like, oh my goodness, I can't afford marketing. But really, our business is really trying to focus on that small business and making our prices affordable for everyone.
Okay, so now digital marketing. How did you get into digital marketing and business consulting in the first place?
I think you kind of have to go back. I used to work in doctor's offices, and probably '08, and everyone would be like, oh my goodness, we need a Facebook page. Can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'm a 20-something kid. I can fix you up a social media page. And it really kind of transformed from there. I really started with that, and I had always been really computer savvy. My very first website was made when I was 11. So I've been really familiar with computers. So digital marketing isn't something completely new to me. I've also always been really, really good at sales, and that's where everyone kind of comes to me for advice. They're like, how do you close a sale? And I have to tell everyone how to do that. But for me, it was just kind of building on what I knew best. I was asked by my son's hockey rink last January if I could give them some ideas for marketing. And I came back with like this 10-page paper. My husband was like, yeah, you have to start charging for that. I was like, oh, I was just helping them out. So that's really how it was born last year. Was, people have always kind of came to me for advice on marketing and sales. So I just turned it into a business so I could help others.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how something you do just by nature and something you actually enjoy doing, you can turn into a business. And that's what it's all about, really.
Absolutely. It's something that I'm very passionate about. Like, I light up like a firecracker when I talk about it. So it's really exciting to be able to help people every day with something that creates a spark inside of me. And each new client is a new challenge. And so I don't take more than one client in each individual field, with the exception of real estate, just because I can learn new things and I get to take a different approach to everything.
Now, is this the first entrepreneurial venture that you've had, or was there something before this?
There was My Brides. It was an app. It was supposed to be amazing. I was so excited. I didn't know how to build an app, so that was probably mistake number one. But it failed miserably. I lost a ton of money, but it was a really good learning experience, and I got to meet people from all over the country. And even though my business failed, I did help several other people make their businesses successful just from the one-on-ones that I did with them. So for my failure, at least somebody got something good out of it.
What was the premise of your app?
It was supposed to allow brides to search for wedding vendors based on their wedding date. When I worked in hotels, one of the worst things that I absolutely hated was I would get calls from brides every day asking me, was my hotel available that day? And I was like, I waste so much time answering the phone, answering this one question. If there was a place that brides could go and look and see, oh, this place is booked, it would have saved me hours out of my day. So that was really the premise of it. It was a really good idea. I had horrible execution. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was young, and I thought I knew it all, and I knew nothing about owning a business or even running a successful business. And I definitely didn't know how to make an app, which really kind of was the downfall. We went to launch at Wedding MBA, which is a big, huge convention in Las Vegas, and we didn't have an iPhone app the day we launched. We had an Android app, but we didn't have an iPhone app. And then our developer politely let us know that he couldn't even build the iPhone app. So we shut everything down the day we launched.
Wow.
And I refunded everyone that had bought in beforehand, and I pre-sold to all their money. So it ended up costing us about $30,000. So it was a really pricey fail.
Yeah.
For a startup, especially when you're 26 and you have 2 kids. Spending that kind of money without a whole lot of investors was really not a smart move, but I've learned.
Man, yeah, and that's what that's all about, is learning and growing and moving forward. The bridal market is huge, and this coming from me is going to sound a little weird for people who don't necessarily know me, but because I have a crazy entrepreneurial brain all the time, I've been knocking around the idea of somehow getting into the bridal industry for years, because I know it's just huge. It's gigantic. And people they're rabid about having a good wedding and about having their event scheduled properly and having it look beautiful and having it promoted properly. I really like that bridal idea you had, because that's a crazy big industry.
Yeah, I was actually a professional bridal consultant, had gone through training and a really intense internship to kind of break into that industry and work within hotels as the wedding coordinator on site. And that was really kind of my first, I call it my big girl job, my big sales promotion. I started off at the front desk, and I did my time, and I busted into the sales department with no bachelor's degree and really no formal training. And within 2 years, I had been promoted to a director of sales and marketing.
So what made you stop the bridal industry?
I really kind of, with the failure of that app, kind of decided that wasn't, I was kind of ashamed, I guess is the nicest way to put it. I didn't really want to be there anymore. I didn't really think I deserved to be there, because I had started a business that failed, and I didn't want, the looks of sympathy at social events. So I stood back, and I went to work as a director of sales and marketing for a law firm, which is completely different from the hotel world. But I figured, why not give it a shot? It's not that much different than what I do. So I really, 180'd it and hopped out of the bridal industry.
So talk about failure. What was one of the hardest things in your business that you fought to overcome, but you've since conquered?
I would definitely say procrastinating is my absolutely worst downfall. If you give me a deadline, I'm going to wait until that deadline to do anything, which is terrible, but that's just how my mind works. I'm very competitive, so I always push to the end. So I'm working with my business coach to really overcome the procrastinating within my business. So that's really been the biggest struggle that I've learned to embrace and conquer.
So you do business consulting. So what was one of the most challenging consultations that you've had, and how did you resolve it?
Oh, probably one of the most challenging I've had was with an insurance company. And the owner just didn't quite grasp how social media works. And he wanted instant results. And he really was aggressive in a way that my company, we don't approach social media marketing that way. We don't send spam messages to people. Because one of the things that I focus on is building relationships. I think that's so important. Social media is meant to be social. And he was just flooding all these people on LinkedIn and Facebook with all these private messages about why they needed to do business with him. And I was like, no one is going to do business with you. That is not how you get people to know and trust you. You have to build a foundation and really earn that trust and allow them to get to like you. So that was probably the hardest consultation I've ever done, was trying to get this man to understand why what he was doing probably wasn't the best approach.
So how did you resolve that issue? How did you let him down easy?
I think I fired my first client that day.
Oh, wow.
So it was definitely one of those things where I knew that I couldn't change his mind. Whoever had taught him that really had instilled it in his mind. And so he's still continuing to do it to this day. So I gracefully had to learn how to part ways with a business that I knew I couldn't work with and couldn't help, just because our ideologies about how to approach business were so different.
Yeah, not all money is good money.
It isn't.
Very true. What one thing are you currently struggling to overcome?
Really people pleasing. I really struggle with that. I want to be able to help everyone, so it's really hard for me to say no. So that is something that I'm working on, is kind of learning how to look at my time and making the most out of it instead of just trying to fit everyone in and making sure that I help everyone. So I'm really stepping back from the people pleasing.
What do you feel is the biggest business triumph to date for you?
Probably my book. It actually started because I was asked to be a co-owner of a meetup group called Oklahoma Entrepreneurial. And a publishing company asked me to write the book. And I was like, I don't know anything about authors and books, but I'll give it my best shot. So that's probably been my biggest triumph to date, is really learning about an industry to where I could speak about it as an expert in such a short amount of time.
Wow. What time span was that?
I was told to write it on September 15th, and it came out December 27th.
Wow. Wow, that's a short amount of time to learn about a subject and put out product as well.
Yeah.
Wow, incredible.
And run my business.
Wow.
With the end of the year. So it was really an insane amount of time to be doing everything.
Man, that's crazy. All right, hang tight, successors. We'll return to our conversation with Ashli Avalon, as well as quick success after a word from our sponsors. Are you tired of using a ton of different services to help run your business? Here comes Zenlista to the rescue. With Zenlista, you can connect, post, schedule, and find content from all of your social media accounts. List and auto-update your company listing on over 300 sites and search engines. Generate live leads sent directly to your email. Monitor and manage your reviews and reputation before they're available to the public. See how you compare to your competitors. You can even create landing pages to gain new clients. Along with free one-on-one training after sign-up, Zenlista has all of this and so much more, all in one place. Exclusive for the first 250 listeners, receive 75% off the regular price. Sign up today at the4pos.com/Zen. Again, that's the4pos.com/ZEN. And we're back with Ashli Avalon, author of A Blonde's Guide to Be a Better Marketer for Authors Only, and the owner of Enda Consulting at denendaconsulting.com. Now we get to the part of the show I like to call Quick Success, where you, Ashli, can inspire the successors to enhance their lives and businesses in the areas of knowledge, health, wealth, and spirituality. So, Ashli, what are you currently doing to enhance your knowledge?
I read constantly. I probably read 5 to 10 blogs a day, and I read 2 to 3 books a week. So I am always reading. And then I listen to podcasts and watch how-to videos. So I'm constantly learning and trying to keep up with market trends and the latest innovations that are out for businesses and social media.
See, that's one thing for me that's new is for years growing up, I've been anti-book. Now, I can't read enough. I don't have enough time in the day to read enough books. So I don't know how I'm going to fit all this time in to read books aside from, working, sleeping, things like that.
Well, I had to give up my binge watching on Netflix to really kind of fit everything in, but I'm getting there. I have a bookshelf full of books that I anticipate reading within the next year. So it is a constant struggle with time.
On a side note here, what was your favorite binge watch show on Netflix?
I really liked One Tree Hill.
Okay.
I didn't watch it growing up, so it was amazing when I finally paused and watched it.
Okay, so what are you currently doing to enhance your health?
Well, this may sound crazy, but I am in a weight loss challenge for the next 8 weeks. I have had 3 kids, so my body has been through everything. So I'm really trying to get back to that pre-baby body. And now being in my 30s, it's a little bit harder. So I definitely go to the gym and, training for marathons is really helping me kind of get that body back.
What are you currently doing to enhance your wealth?
One of the things that I'm really learning how to do is to scale my business. That's something I wasn't familiar with. And now I'm learning about the different ways that I can stream income into my business and that it isn't just one-dimensional.
What are you currently doing to enhance your spirituality?
I know everyone says this, but I'm really learning how to meditate. And for me, that's huge because I don't stop. I'm going 90 to nothing always. So I'm really learning how to kind of slow down and clear my mind so that I can, think a little bit more clearly about ways that I want to improve things within my business and in my life because I haven't had that pause. With 3 kids running around, it's really hard to have that pause and break in mental clarity. So meditation is really something that I'm really trying to learn how to do. Yeah,
it's something I'm working on too, because shutting down it's not always the easiest thing to do. That's for sure.
No, I think as entrepreneurs, our minds are running constantly. And it's like you go to lay down to bed at night and you can't shut your mind off. You're thinking, did I send that invoice? What was this done? And it's never ending.
Right.
So meditation is definitely something that I'm trying to grasp.
So pertaining to success, what do you feel is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I was really told at a young age that you are never too old to learn something new. And I really believe that. So I just never quit learning. Oh,
you can never quit learning. That's like, I can't even believe how some people say, there are a few people that say that, there's a time where you stop learning. I can't even fathom that thought.
Yeah, if age allows me, I'll probably work until, I'm dead, just because I like to learn new things and try new things. And so learning is a big aspect of who I am.
Are there any modern technologies or anything that you use to help you achieve success?
My company uses a program called Quip. And it allows us to have checklists that everyone can see. It's similar to Google Sheets, but I like it a little bit better. So that really has helped us be able to kind of pass the baton on who needs to be doing what.
I'll have to check that out because I'm using Google Sheets and so far I'm enjoying it. What is the one thing, book, activity, technology, or something new that you're really excited to dive into?
I am reading Steve Chandler's Time Warrior, How to Defeat Procrastination, People-Pleasing, Self-Doubt, Overcommitment, Broken Promises, and Chaos. And that chaos part's a big thing in my life with the 3 kids and a business. So I'm really kind of excited to try out his philosophies on this and see if it helps me, get a better grasp of what time I do have in a day.
Okay, so on the subject of success, what advice can you give our listeners so they can be successful?
Even if you feel like the market is saturated, there's always another way to approach business to break into the industry and stand out, so that you really have to find your niche within that market. But don't ever think that you can't do something because the market's saturated. There's always a different way to approach it. Mm-hmm. And I think people get so hung up on that. There's a bazillion businesses out there that do this. Well, you can be the one that changes things and really stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. There's so many ideas that people have and they do not attempt execution. And that is the biggest failure before you even begin to even take a step to success. You have to at least start. Yes. Great advice. And Successors, Ashli has a special exclusive offer just for you. Ashli, what is that?
I am offering a free marketing audit. So if you would like to take advantage of that offer, just visit our website, www.denendaconsulting.com, and fill out the contact form.
Great. Free marketing audit. That's a good thing to have, especially if you're a starting business. If you're starting a business, this is an ideal opportunity to take advantage of something like this because you're really going to need this to start.
It really helps a lot of established businesses also, because sometimes they don't realize that something they're paying a lot of money for just isn't reaping that ROI that it once had.
Finally, Ashli, how can our listeners connect with you?
Well, I'm pretty outspoken on Twitter, so that's where most people can find me most days. You can find me there at Ashli Avalon, or you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much all over social media. But if you really want a one-on-one conversation with me, Twitter's the place to do it.
That's Ashli Avalon, ASHLIAVALON. All right, Successors, I hope you've enjoyed our conversation today with Ashli Avalon. Please rate, review, share, and subscribe for free on, of course, the4pos.com, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, and now we're on Pocket Casts and wherever else you find your podcasts. Thanks for listening and prepare for success. Thanks, Ashli.
Thank you.
If you want to be more driven and more motivated in your life or business, go to the4pos.com/free book and grab a copy of my book, Indulge Your Affirmative Motivation Within. 25 Motivations of Personal Development and Life Success. Get it now at the4pos.com/free book. Again, that's the4pos.com/free book.